No man is an island, but I am woman. Bearer of flowing mammary gland, young, strong. Yes, I can.
Bearer of flowing mammary gland? That's not true anymore. Am I still this traveling, hardworking mathematician of a woman? I was very excited to be a mom, and even more so to breastfeed. From everything I had read, I understood that breastfeeding was crucially important to a child's development and to guarantee a close bond between mother and child. It took careful calculation to prioritize breastfeeding. Now, here I am, after a right side mastectomy and after chemo, making a calculated decision to proactively remove my left breast before beginning reconstruction. My mind is plagued with the back and forth of the decision-making process. As an actuarial student, I learned how to calculate and manage risk. Logically, it made a lot more sense to reduce the risk of death as much as possible so I could see my daughter grow up. Emotionally, I was tossed to and fro in the fear of losing the opportunity to breastfeed any future children. Eventually, I would decide to forego the more immediate joy of breastfeeding to improve the chances of experiencing the joy of my children's college graduations. I was very sure about my decision, and my family was very supportive. My 6-year-old didn't understand everything, but she knew she could ask because we had included her in my breast health journey. I could tell how much she worried about me, but I'm so happy she was included in my care, helping me through the recovery of breast reconstruction gave her a sense of power, contribution, and control. She left no pillow unfluffed or blanket untucked. She made sure mommy had puzzles to solve and a never-ending list of movies for us to watch together. She camped out in the living room with me and never left my side. My husband and my daughter would tag team until he returned home from work. He exemplified for her what it is like to care for someone. The reality is that breast cancer infected my body, but it affected my entire family. My husband not only did all of the practical things around the house, but he was emotionally present and reminded me that I am more than my breasts. With their help, I was finally able to give myself permission to grieve the loss of my breasts and the loss of future opportunities to breastfeed. I needed to add a variable to my calculations. Although it was my decision, and I remained sure that it was the best decision for me and my family, that didn't remove the sense of loss. At some point, I had to realize that I was allowed to be sure of my decision and allowed to grieve its results at the same time. I didn't have to pick a side. I'm human, and both things were happening at the same time. It was okay for me to be logical, and it was okay for me to be sad, and it was okay for me to be grateful, and all of it was allowed. My definition of strength had changed. Indeed, young, strong, yes I can. I didn't know how strong or courageous I was. In fact, I was merely trying to survive. Yet, in the eyes of those who loved me through it, finally I could see that my strength wasn't in external definitions of womanhood, but in love and acceptance of myself in any form. Of all the variables in my life, this would be my constant.
I didn't know the breadth of my shoulders, the grit in my jaws, the gumption in my gut, until suddenly I knew.